Hey guys, we are here in Chicago, the restaurant city of the year, but we're not here to hit up new restaurants. I am here to eat hot dogs. I'm here because one, I've never been to Chicago before. I have absolutely no opinions on any Chicago hot dog spots. That means I'm coming in without bias, and I'm gonna be a fair judge. Somehow, we're going to hit 14 hot dog spots in a single day. To figure out what's the best, we're gonna look at a bunch of different things. Does it follow the guidelines of what a classic Chicago hot dog is? Besides the ingredients, the other things I'm looking for in my hot dog are, is it harmonious? Do all of the ingredients work together? Chicago dogs are made with natural casing, which means when I bite into it, there's a little bit of resistance, and when I tear away, it pops a little bit. A good Chicago hot dog will have that snap. Let's do this thing. We are here at Ducks, our first spot. Double dogs, went for 2. There's no tomato. There's obviously a bun, but there are no poppy seeds on said bun. There does not appear to be celery salt, which is another big component of the hot dog, which gives like this vegetal, super salty seasoning flavor. Let the day begin. Great bun texture. That snap that we were talking about from the Vienna beef, totally there. This dog itself is awesome. A little bit of heat from the sport pepper. Classic mustard, nothing fancy on the mustard. Onions, I'd like them like a little more finely chopped. The presentation sat fine. I want a humble dog. If I had to give this dog a name, I think that might be it, the humble dog. Overall, this is a high quality hot dog. Teddy is a very old friend. I met him about 15 minutes ago. He is driving the van.
I just got a oil change requirement.
Oh.
So.
Okay. Publican quality meats. Everything in there looked awesome. Pickles on the side in very cool pickle bags. This is definitely not a classic Chicago style dog. Publican quality meats makes their own dogs. We've got some chimichurri, salsa rojo, and cilantro pickle. The bun does not look like your typical hot dog bun. This is made in-house. There's spice in a couple different ways. Spice from the salsa, spice from the paprika, and then you get a little bit of like brightness from that cilantro pickle. In my book, that is not a hot dog. It's not to say it's not good, it's delicious. So I'm gonna call this one the $10 dog. I am not mad that I spent $10 on this thing. So we are at FATSO'S last stand. The Frank is Vienna beef brand. So the poppy seed bun is the S. Rosen's brand. All the toppings are here. Also, when it comes to the Vienna beef Frank, these are char dogs. I love a grilled hot dog. I'm a little biased there. Super high heat, split on the sides. You get that texture all the way down it. This is the kind of thing that I would eat maybe 3 of at a baseball game. Calling this one the baseball dog. Before even opening this, very interesting thing going on here. Fries inside the wrap. Perfectly steamed Frank, crispy casing. Experience-wise, love this place. Dog itself, little underwhelming. It's a very simple hot dog. This is a classic. It is the simple dog. The fans. So the cool thing about Superdawg is that you can sit in the AC and listen to whatever we want. Our budget isn't expansive per se, so I'm not gonna throw in some music because we'd have to buy those rights. So sit back and relax as I turn this volume up and you hear some smooth, royalty-free music. That's the stuff. And this, by the way, this is stop number 5. I'm a little full already. Was not expecting that. This is by far the heftiest dog that we've had so far. Tons of that sweet relish. Big dog, big pickle. Oh, just now realizing that's a pickled tomato. Definitely a lot of brine going on. Salty, little bit of spice. That, followed by the bite of the hot dog, is a very pleasant experience. We're calling this one the nostalgia dog. I am starting to get sunburned. These look like pretty classic dogs. Not as much snap as previous dogs. Good pickle though, really crisp. Good celery salt presence. This is the most celery flavor we've had so far. I feel like this is the everyday dog. There's not anything wrong with it. There's not anything so noteworthy about it. At the end of the day, if you want a Chicago style dog, you're probably looking for something like this.
Ginger,
Two Red Hot. Am I supposed ketchup?
You put ketchup on there, I'll kill you.
Good, that's what I wanted to hear. All right, thank you kindly. That snap that I'm talking about, this so far, best. When I bit into it, gave like resistance and it was like pop. Super good dog, good boy. And the rest, everything's there. This is really, really good. We're calling this one the real dog. This dog is a real Chicago style hot dog. We're at Redhot Ranch. Cash only. Doesn't have the poppy seeds, doesn't have the tomatoes, doesn't have the pickle. This is a little bit of a depression dog. The snap is there, perfect amount of mustard, perfect amount of relish. This is probably the most harmonious dog that we've had so far. I'm gonna be calling it the dark horse dog. Looking at it, sure, it'll probably be fine. Tasting it, damn. This is a contender for the best, for sure. Portillo'S is the biggest hot dog chain in the city. It was a little bit like Disney World in there. That, I think, is as neatly compiled as we've seen today. It has everything we're looking for. This is where I'm gonna tread not so lightly, and I might get a little backlash. For me, this is not one of the best hot dogs that I've had today. This is the first dog I've had today where the snap is not quite there. Texturally, the pickle is the only thing that stands out. The pickle's super, super crunchy. I think I'm gonna call this the mass market dog. It's what I expected from the biggest spot. Kimski is kind of a crossover between Polish food and Korean food. What we have here is Polish sausage, a kraut kimchi, a bun that is definitely not a poppy seed bun, and then we have some soju mustard. My first impression is that this is insanely delicious. In terms of harmony here, perfect. This is one of the best things I've eaten today, but this is a sausage sandwich, not a hot dog. Lovingly, I think this guy gets a little bit disqualified. This sausage sandwich from Kimski is termed the anti-dog. We are at Duck Inn. There's a lot going on here. The Frank itself is an all-beef Frank. It is not a Vienna beef Frank. They inject it with duck fat, slight little bit of duck meat as well. This yellowish type topping here that you see, they call the super condiment. So they take every condiment that goes on the regular Chicago style hot dog and put it in a blender and just pulse the hell out of it. The Frank itself, the flavor is insane. There's so much fat and such a good texture on this. The crisp from the casing isn't so much a snap, like I said, more of a crisp. The biggest thing to me here, and it's not necessarily a good thing, is the bun. I don't want a brioche hot dog bun because to me, it dominates everything else a little bit. If we're talking about harmony, the way that they treat the condiment, it's perfection because you really do get every single aspect in every bite. This is an intense dog. This dog is called the Spinal Tap dog because it's turned up to 11. Everyone's out of work. Traffic is gridlocked. We're putting the fate of this video in the hands of one man. That's our PA, Teddy. Oh, sweet, sweet Teddy.
Am I supposed to say anything?
Devil dogs. That's looking pretty classic. The Frank, not a Vienna beef Frank. This Frank's made by the other company in Chicago that makes natural casing all beef Franks. That is Redhot beef. I can see a lot of relish happening here. It is pretty sweet. The flavor of the Frank itself is pretty good. It is a little different. Like the casing, I think, on the Vienna is a little bit firmer. This is like lacking a little bit of the snap. For a name, I mean, come on, the first thing that I tasted was the sugar. This has to be the Superdawg, right? So this place isn't necessarily on Julia's list, but I've been thinking about it all day, and it kind of reminds me of home a little bit. No snap at all. In all seriousness, there's absolutely no snap in this casing. The bun, stale. It has like that Play-Doh-y quality. Slurpee though, always fantastic. These things are certainly not hot dogs. They look like flowers. This is a take on a classic Chinese bun combination of beef hot dog and scallions. The bread's gonna be a little sweet, just that's the traditional kind of dough that they use. Before I even try this, I'm not gonna not name this the hot dog flour. This is making me think that some people should start messing around with scallions on a Chicago dog. Also, let the record show that we showed up after the bakery had closed, and the Fat Rice staff was very nice, led us into the bakery, and sold us a couple of these things. So, what did I learn today? So thinking back, all 13 dogs I tried, each kind of brought something unique to the table. There's one that stood out, and that is the Superdawg. Every single thing about that dog was perfect. The Frank, the bun, the toppings, the proportion, the harmony, and the zen of that dog was unparalleled. Also, as classic as it was, it gave you that one little twist, that pickled tomato. That was one of the best toppings that we had on any dog. Superdawg, also an incredible place. Family owned, you can drive up in your car. That decor, the typography, the neon, everything about that place, so rad. Thank you, Julia Kramer, for providing such an awesome Chicago dog list. And thank you to Chicago. You're the restaurant city of the year for a reason. But guys, when you're out here checking out these new restaurants, grab a hot dog. And then let us know what your favorite is. I'm Alex Delany. Thanks for hanging out. Bon Appetit. The one shining light of today, good old Teddy.